All right. Welcome back to Hot Rod Mess. I'm Angie.
And I'm Candice.
And as you guys can see today, we're all sitting. I'm in the studio. Candice is not in the studio. She's at her humble abode
Yep.
because we're just making it work. This goes along with our chaotic bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you just ate food. All right. So
Dog's eating
anyways,
something.
the dog is, I'm pretty sure he went into the fridge and took something out of, I don't know. Somebody probably left something open because why not? Why wouldn't it be chaotic like that? So anyways, we were talking about mental health. That's what we were bringing up today was mental health and
Yes.
the fuckery of mental health. Where do you begin? I mean, some
Well,
people literally don't even think that they need anything or any resources for mental health, but guess what? You do.
you do. And that's funny you say that because that was going to be my first question for you is did you ever think of yourself as a person who would go to therapy before you started going to therapy?
No, God, no. Oh, awful. No, no, I would never. And
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I would never, hold on, Vinny, no, leave it. The reason why I didn't, because like I'm perfect, right? No one like
Duh. Duh.
God, I would never go to therapy because I'm number one. I'm perfect.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing
You know,
wrong with you.
no, it's everybody else around me. That's where we go.
Typical Leo.
That's
God damn it.
yeah. That's where that statement that I always say is I'm never wrong even when I'm wrong.
mm-hmm.
I'm always right. I'm always right even when I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That was my MO. And I mean, I grew up with that like rough and gruff, rough it out. So for me, therapy. You didn't do any of that. It's not a thing. It was like beneath you to go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't until
Yeah.
one day I was like, wow, I'm really fucked up. I should probably go talk to someone.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's true. I think so many people live with that. Like, no, I don't need therapy. That's for people who there's something wrong with. Like, there's something wrong with them if they go to therapy, and that's not. That couldn't be
Yeah,
less true. Couldn't be less true.
right.
Yeah, I mean, there's something wrong with everybody. Hello, like we're all
We're
fucked up.
we are all fucked up in
Yeah.
our own little way.
Here's
Like
a perfect
in
example of my mental health is I have two different drinks right now because I couldn't decide what I wanted to drink. So
oh
therefore,
girl, and they're a colorful par.
yes,
You have pink
yes.
and orange with each
I know.
other.
Well, all of my Yetis are colorful. I love my colorful Yetis. There, I have a rainbow behind me. I'm gay, bro. It's Pride Month.
I
Like,
know,
come
I
on.
know, I know. But like you could have had like, I don't know, black and pink. Blue and
That's true.
pink.
I know. I should have done our colors. I don't have a blue. I don't have a blue Yeti. That's the only color I don't have is a blue one.
Oh, now we have ducks coming in here. Axel's sitting and wagging his tail, bringing in ducks. Great,
Oh, it's
great.
a baby. It's a baby.
He's
All
a
right.
baby.
So you never thought you would go to therapy. So your therapy
No,
journey started in your adult life, like 2020 started.
no, no, actually. So I just started seeing a therapist. Actually, we're rolling on almost a year. It was back in
Nice. Mm-hmm.
August or September of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was, is so I, in 2020, I just, when everything compiled and everything came out, I just kind of shut down and said, fuck it, I got this. And
Mm-hmm.
as a mom, like mentally, you become very numb to everything around you and you don't think that there's anything wrong with you because you are so busy making sure that everybody else's life is flowing and everybody else's feelings are okay and everybody else has their mental health and you want to get them mental health and you're trying to get them this and them that and all this and is everybody okay? Let's talk about our feelings, blah blah blah. Well, then at the end of the day, when you slow down and you sit there and you're like, why am I crying? Like, why am I weeping? What are these coming out of my face? Like, why do I have a leak in my eye? Like, what is happening? Why am I trying to rip my husband's face off when I'm not like? So now I went to the doctors and I got my blood drawn. They're like, well, you don't have a uterus, so you could be like premenopausal, and I'm like, okay, cool, we can fix that. That explains all these emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Give me
went,
the good drugs and I'll be fine.
yeah, that'll be fine. Well, lo and behold, I wasn't fine at all, and nothing was fine because like mentally in 2020 I just said my kids aren't going anywhere, they're not doing anything, we're not having anything, and it had nothing to do, it was not COVID, it was because of the sexual abuse that had come out because of my father
Mm-hmm.
and him being arrested and then compiling how like this all happened in my backyard while I wasn't home and So now I'm like, I just need to protect my kids because now I let it happen. And now you start like this fucking domino rabbit hole bullshit. And what you don't realize is you never checked in with yourself and you never processed. So when I met my therapist, my husband said, I really want you to talk to someone. And I said, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not. No, fuck that. I don't need fucking therapy. What is it going to do for me? Tell me my family's fucked up? Yep, check. Got that box. Don't
Duh,
need
we
it.
already know that.
Right. Tell me I'm fucked up? Yep, got that box. Tell me I was molested as a child? Oh, shit. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, at least somebody would have let you
35
know.
years to find out.
Oh, God. So bad.
Hey. So then he said, listen, can you just go talk to somebody? If at the end you decide, he said to me, he goes, I can't force you to go to therapy. You got to want to go to therapy for therapy to work. He said, so I'm going to talk to my therapist and I'm going to ask them if they recommend somebody. I said, yeah, whatever, fine, whatever. So I finally got a name. She's fantastic. I called her up and she said, I'm not really taking any new patients. I said, oh, this is perfect. She goes, but as a favor, because he's a good colleague of mine. I was like,
Damn it.
She goes, I'll take you in. She goes, but let me tell you something. I'm not interested in taking you in if you're not interested in therapy because it will be completely unsuccessful. And I went, oh, I kind of like you a little bit there, Shantae.
Uh-huh. You went, all right, let me show you.
Right. And I said to her, I said, listen, I'll meet with you for a day and I'll see how it goes because I'm going to do it for my husband. And then I said, nah, forget it. I'm not going to meet with you. I said, you know what? I'll call you. I'm going to think about it and I'll call you. She says, you think about it and you call me. Well, excuse me. What happened was it actually came down to my husband and I. Every night he would wake me up. I don't want to say every night, but when he would work late or whatever, he would come over and he would wake me up for sex, which is fine by me. I've always loved it. But for some reason, I was like kung fu fighter. Like, I'm going to take your fucking face off fighter. And it got to the point where he would come over to me and I'd be like, and like, what? Kill you. And he was like, it's just me. I'm right here. And I'm like, oh, hey babe. And I'd grab him and pull him in and he'd be like, I was really excited and we're gonna have to work on this skin because I feel like I should be putting some protection on. Maybe I need a chastity belt or something because I think you might kill me.
Oh my God.
So then I said to myself, I was like, oh, it's getting worse. Like, I mean, he couldn't even touch me. And then I would wake up in the middle of the night dripping sweat, my heart racing out of control. And I'm like, I can't breathe. I don't know what's happening. I would get up. I would just walk to the bathroom and and I'd be like, I'm fucking sweating. What is wrong with this? I can't take my skin off. I'm not even wearing clothes.
It's called a panic attack. It's called a panic attack.
Okay, but non-therapeutic, don't emotion over here.
Yeah.
So then I said to him, I said, okay, mentally I said to myself, all right, I'll call a lady, whatever. Maybe there's more here than seems to eye. So maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm more fucked up than I think. So I called her and I sat down with her and I started talking to her and she goes, so why are you here? And I'm like, why are you being so blunt? Like, what the fuck? Like, you listen. And she goes, well, I want to know, like, what's your goal? Why are you, like, I'm happy that you're here, but why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
And I just started talking to her and like unleashing. And then finally I went, hey, you know what? That felt really good to leave my shit in your shit box. And she's like, what? I'm like, this rum shit box. And she goes, what? I'm like, listen, this isn't therapy. This is just a shit box dumping room. And she goes, she goes, well, it is therapy. You may not think it's therapy, but it's therapeutic in a way. I'm like, no, we ain't in therapy right now. I talk to you, you listen. There's a shit box. She goes, if that's what makes you feel better and how it gets you back here to see me, then all right.
She's like, okay, crazy lady. Like,
Right.
if that's what helps, like, sure, sure.
And I said, sweet. So same time next week? She goes, sure.
She's like,
But
what
you
did
don't
I
need to.
agree to? Oh, I'm doing a favor, and now I got this dump. Oh my
Right.
god.
So we've been seeing each other now for a year. I actually saw her. Spoke to her. I was like, she was in my ear actually as I was going all the way back to Hyannis to go get baby to bring him back home. That's why I had to go to Hyannis.
Oh my goodness.
And we were we were on the phone the whole time. So we were like 3 to 3:50, and I'm like, oh, this will be perfect. And I'm like, my husband's like, where's baby? I'm like, shop. Why is he there? There. Someone's gonna leave him. No one's gonna leave him. We'll go. I'll go get. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get baby. I'm going to get baby.
Yeah.
And I can't even give him shit either because my dog was there. Be like, why is my dog not with you? What is wrong with you? Ew. No. Rules
Fair
are
enough.
rules.
Fair
So I
enough.
can't even give him shit.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she asked me recently, she said, we've been seeing each other now for coming up on a year. Like, what do you expect to get out of therapy? Like, do you want to talk about anything? Do you want anything? And I said, well, I have been talking. Have you not been listening? She goes, yes, yes. So but like things that she has made me realize, like I learned fair fight words from her, which is amazing. And fair fights are like a fair fight is like instead of saying like you didn't do this, you didn't put your shoes in, you're not doing this, blah, 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 it's making me mad because you're not blah, blah. It's hey, you know what? Really tweak on the inside when I see shoes on your feet. Could you please just put them away so I don't have a mental breakdown and I know that I'm the problem?
Mm-hmm.
And now my husband's like, I'm all right. Sure, no problem. Which is why he made that TikTok about his slippers being on, but I use dirt bikes in it. So like I learned things like that from therapy, and I learned what a panic attack is. It's
There
cool.
you go. They're the worst
Yeah.
goddamn things ever, so at least you know what it is when it's happening now. So
Yeah. Yeah. So and I mean, which is worse though, because when I'm having a panic attack, I had a panic attack on a police scene. Oh, it was not good. Not good.
oh, is that
Not
when you
good.
saw the truck that looked like your father's truck?
Yes. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even fear my dad. So why I had a panic attack about it, I don't even understand. Like, I still haven't even processed that of
It's an
why.
unconscious reaction. It was completely unconscious.
Right. So then, like, the problem is, though, is that my dog, who is trained to
Oh,
calm me the fuck down, is in the truck. Now, mind you, he's in the truck freaking out, like, like digging at the door. Like, he knows to get to
mm-hmm.
me. Like, he knows he's watching me. He's watching me. Like, he just knows. So
Mm-hmm.
now I had to call my husband because I was like, I need you to get here. And I don't know what's happening. I can't hook the fucking car up. And I totally put on the car and everything because I was embarrassed to tell him. I don't know if I was embarrassed, but I was like, it's not a thing because I'd hate to say it for a really long time. I was that person like, how the fuck did you suppress that? Like, no, you didn't fucking suppress it. You fucking know. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like the thing that Danielle was talking about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how can you victim shame me when you weren't there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, same thing. Like, I was that person, but now I'm like, oh my God, what is there? So when I finally went back and I told my therapist what was going on and everything, and she goes, honey, you had a panic attack. And I'm like, what? She goes, that's again, panic attack. And I was like, yeah, but I can't have them on a police scene. Like, it's not a thing. And she goes, I understand that, but maybe you should have said like, excuse me, I have to get something out of the truck or step away. I'm like, it's not a thing. It's hook, book, go. That's how it works. Clear the fucking scene.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and now I'm shutting down. I don't even know how to do my job. And I'm like, oh my God. And she said, well, what happened when you called your husband? I was like, oh, he was there in 2 seconds. And she says, well, and what happened? I'm like, I wanted to fucking punch him in the dick. And she goes, why? What? And I said, because he was so mean to me. Like, he was like, Why the fuck couldn't you hook this car? It was so simple. I'll see you at the yard. Well, because it was, well, did you actually tell him what happened? I'm like, no, I was telling him how the fucking car, and she goes, but let's revert. This was not about the car. This was about another car that sent you down a fucking spiral rabbit hole. And I'm like, all right, all right. So
Mm-hmm.
you're the specialist.
So you know
So,
what you're talking about, lady.
oh, you have a degree and know what you're talking about. Thanks.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, that's where we're at. So finally, when I spoke to my husband and I told him, like, hey, just so you know, I want to talk to you. I'm supposed to use my big kid words and tell you what happened. And well, you're absolutely right. You cannot panic and you can't walk away from the scene. So you were right by calling me.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, but next time, Ax was playing with himself. He literally just sat here watching his duck and watching it and watching it. And then he was like, I'm going to pounce on you.
That's so funny when they do that, when they set themselves up a toy to then pounce on. Romulus does it. It's so funny. Oh my god, it kills me. It kills me.
He set himself up for play. Oh.
So funny. We need to have the dogs with us when we record because it definitely. I'm like, Romulus is back. I can't see it because the screen's blurry, but I'm like, he's just so cute and he's hanging out with me. Like, this is great.
They're so adorable. I love them.
We have good dogs.
And now I get to listen to his fucking duck squeak.
That's okay. I can't hear it, so that's all that matters.
All that matters.
Yeah.
But anyway, so therapy. I mean, the thing is that she has taught me. You know, she taught me like I'm really OCD, right? We all know that, right? I like things color coordinated. We've all seen my TikToks of my fucking refrigerator. Like I love everything perfectly done. I don't like chaos. I mean, I like chaos, but it has to be organized chaos.
There's a difference between a mess chaos and
Oh,
organized chaos.
correct. So she was like, listen, just pick one thing. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, pick one thing and just let it go. That's your one thing that you can't handle. Let it go. And then you won't argue and fight about it. But I want to fight about it because he needs to understand. She goes, right, but you need to understand that he coexists too. He's not you. You have to kind of come to a common ground. And I was like, and no, it's about me. And recently, because William and I are 16 years apart. So recently, she said to me, as I said, he's not doing it. He used to do this. He used to do that. Blah blah blah. And she goes, well, of course he used to, because that's who he was when he was 36. He's 55 now. Are you still the woman who's gonna like immediately get up in the morning and start like giving him head or whatever he wants instead of going to go deal with the this and that and all the other chaos of the day? And I was like, no, because all that shit has to get done. Like, I don't have time. I got to blah, 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 blah. And she goes, because that's who you were when you were 20.
Mm-hmm.
She says, and she's the one, I think I told you this, actually. I think I told you that,
Yeah,
the
we talked about
chapters thing.
yeah the chapters and like the different itches and through time and and I'm sure it's tough with you guys for you guys because there is that huge age gap where you're at when you guys met you were at very different points in your life and and now you're at even more different points in your life but I don't know I think you guys luckily have a healthy balance and have figured it out somehow but you know
Don't pounce on me, Axel. He's in pounce mode.
oh
At me. No. 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 Stop that. Stop it. The problem.
Oh, he is the problem. It's the baby. The baby is always the problem.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
All right. Stop it. This is enough. Enough. This is. Oh my God.
If you're not watching the YouTube video, you need to go watch it because Angie was just assaulted.
Oh, fuck. I was just involuntarily licked. Ew, my husband came by me yesterday and licked the side of my face at the table. I was like, ew! Why the fuck did you do that?
Oh, God. That's funny. That's a good... Douglas gets me with that one every once in a while, and I'm like, okay. All right. Can I have a kiss now? I'm like,
I just felt so slobbery. Like teeth and skin, people.
yeah, right. Teeth and skin. Good lord, so
Oh,
funny.
but it is. I mean, it is very difficult for us because like he's 55, so he's at like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some. I don't want to say his stamina has slowed down because it hasn't. But at that age, things change, and maybe he's not, like, hey, let's have sex all day long, because
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But we're still. The other problem I think is like our lives have become so busy with the business that I said, oh, we need to like stop and take. Oh, here's my gentle boy.
Oh, so
Hello.
sweet,
Hi,
Vinny.
sweet boy. Sweet boy, what did you get yourself? Hello,
Oh, look at
people.
that face.
He's like, oh, I know how to do this.
I know
Okay,
what we're
all
supposed
right.
to do. I put on the
All right.
show now.
All right, you are not a lap dog. Please get off.
As
Get
Axel
off.
tries to bite him.
Oh, Axel's trying to take his face off. Axel, out. Out. Hey, stop.
It's a mess.
He's a menace. He's a
Menace.
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 Menace to society. And now he's like, Vinny is like trying to be really quiet and sit down like a good little boy. And Axel's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm a play.
Like, I'm gonna play and fuck you up.
It's so
Like,
funny.
Jesus Christ. It's funny though because Vinny grabs Axel's ankles and is like, nah, 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 nah. I think you're a fucking ankle biter.
Diablo does it to Romulus, so it's the baby doing it to the older one. It's literally Diablo chases Romulus biting his ankles. It's ridiculous. And then Romulus is like,
That's
"What are you
hilarious.
doing? What are you doing?" I mean, my duck chases me, so I mean, it's.
That's
I'm watching.
wild.
I'm watching Ray on the camera in my living room right now, and she's just like playing with her kitchen, just like she wouldn't take a nap. Apparently, we just don't nap today, which I'm like, great, thanks for that. But she's having a grand old time. Jace is scrolling TikTok. She's playing in her kitchen. Life's good. Life
That's
is
good.
good. Exactly. They
Everybody is
both.
accounted for. We're all good.
Yep. Well, having the camera in my living room is my favorite thing. Especially I like when the neighbor girls over, like they play in the living room. I can go outside and I can still see them and keep an eye on them, and they're good. Like it's great. All right, so you answered 99% of my questions with your spiel, as you usually do. So I have a very different experience. My parents like wanted me to go to therapy young. Like we have a lot of mental health stuff in our family. Like I have an uncle who's bipolar, like very like I mean this man like clockwork would used to try and kill himself like every couple of years. So like it just out of his mind. He's still living and very much alive. Like he never like he would like throw the noose over the rafter, but like it would never go around the neck. Like you know what I mean? Like he'd do the first step and then that was it. This man's out of his mind. So whatever. So they're like, "Oh my god, what if she's crazy too?"
Well,
Newsflash, I am
you
crazy.
are cray cray, just in a different manner.
Just in a very different manner. So, so they got me into therapy pretty young, and I hated it because it was forced upon me. And they were like,
Mm,
they're like, oh, there's, you're bipolar, or you have a very outdated term, but the term they use, Asperger's, like, and I'm like, no, I don't. Like, leave me alone. I'm fine. But they made me go to therapy, and
yeah,
I went. But I got nothing out of it to the point where the therapist was like, don't come back. She's like, I'm done
yeah,
with you. She's like, you're not getting anything. And until you are ready, goodbye. And she was right. She was right. I was not getting anything. It was actually like worse for my mental health because every week I had to go to her office and I was like, I fucking hate this. This is the worst
uh,
experience of my life. And it wasn't doing anything for me. And like I have very severe anxiety. So like I do need to see somebody. I do need to have medication for my anxiety. Like I know these things about myself. Luckily, my PCP will just give me my medication and I don't have to see anybody. But very recently,
right.
I
But
said,
imagine all those people out there that have no idea. They're not doing anything. Like me, I mean, for
mm-hmm,
me, for example, like how I deal with like anxiety now is I'm like, I pick a number, whether it's 6 or 5 or whatever, and I count up to that as I'm
mm-hmm.
inhaling, and then I just exhale the same amount of time. I do it 3 times. And I'm like, okay, I got this.
That's pretty good. That's a very good
Yeah.
coping. That's a very good
Yeah.
coping mechanism. I do like I'll like tell myself my anger is a balloon and I let it go. And
Yeah.
like because my anxiety comes out in anger. I get very, very angry when I have anxiety. Like, you know, I'm the first one. I will punch a wall, and I do not care. You know, like,
I go, yeah, I go to fight or flight.
mm-hmm.
Those are my only two that I'm going to when I'm in anxiety. I'm like, just fucking get me out of here and I'm good.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen right now. We're gonna throw down, or I become very like mean, just
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
not nice.
I get very nasty when I'm anxious, and it's such, and I hate that. And I got a baby at the bottom of the stairs. Somebody, where's Jade? Oh, she's yelling for me at the bottom. Mama,
Mama,
uh,
Mama, I've had enough of this Jace character.
He's not doing anything for me. Oh my goodness. But so very recently, I said to my husband, I was like, "All right, like I've mentioned it a few times. We've been like kind of, and I think it's as you've said, like the 10-year itch. We're together 10 years this year. We're like fixing all of the things we've seen over the last 10 years that need fixing. We're like, you know, we yell too much. Okay, so now we don't yell anymore. And it's great. Like, and we were talking last night, and like we were getting both a little, you know, both starting to get I'm like, hey, no yelling. And then I started yelling. He goes, hey, no yelling. And we stop, you know, and like that has been very helpful. So I was like, well, what do you think if we go see somebody? And he's like, not for me. And I said, okay, that's fine. But I'm going to go see somebody. So I've been seeing somebody, and I do it over Zoom because God forbid I leave my house. And, but
it works.
Right. But she's lovely. She's in Massachusetts. You know, she's right around my age. Like, she's great. And she goes to me, all right, so do you want to, like, know a little bit about me? Or do you, like, want me to kind of lead you in? I go, can I just talk at you? And she goes, go for it. So I just, like, unleashed on this woman for about 45 minutes. And she goes, okay, so next week, and I'm like, sounds good. See you then.
I'm gonna dump all my shit in your shit box.
And that's literally what it felt like. Like, your alliteration is so perfect of that. And I'm actually gonna tell her that when I see her on Friday. Like, I'm just dumping my shit on you. Like, this is what we're doing.
Pour it all out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Just on you.
No,
I don't really want to hear anything else. I just want to pour it on you.
Well, and see, that's the thing is, like, I do want to hear, like, you know, if I'm like, okay, I need advice on X, Y, and Z, like, I'll hear it. But for the most part, I just need to say it out loud to somebody who isn't going to say anything back to me, isn't going to be mad at me about what I say. Like, I just need to...
They don't have a biased opinion.
Yeah.
No gain from the situation.
And that I feel like is, if somebody is thinking like, oh, I don't know if I could talk to somebody, they're a stranger, blah, blah, blah. That's the best part about it, is that you don't know this person. I will never meet this woman in real life. Our paths will never cross, you know, ever. I don't even remember her name. Like, I just pressed the button and it calls her. Like, I mean, literally though, but like that, I doubt she knows my name, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
She does. She knows your name. She has to bill your insurance.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
They're never forgetting your name because they have to get paid.
That's a very good point.
She got your date of birth. She got where you live. She got all your shit.
I mean, she got real fancy nails, so, like, I'm sure she's gotten a nice pretty penny from me and every other crazy person she's chilling with.
She's like, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
It was so funny. When we had our Zoom call the other day, our phones were both going off. Our doorbells were both ringing at the same time. I was like, did your kids just get home from school, too? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, that's so funny. Like, our doorbells are ringing. I was like, all right, well, I guess it's time for us to go. Kids are home. Bye.
This is awesome.
So
well, that's just it though. Like, so I mean, like when I'm talking to my lady, she's like, when I'm at the end, she'll say to me at the end, she'll be like, listen, I think you need to use your words and not use anger. And I'm like, but it's so much easier.
So much easier.
Everybody knows I'm mad, so they just do.
They do what I say.
Yes. But then she met my kids, which is actually okay. So this was really weird about therapy. Hey, give me the butt plug back. Hold on.
Oh no, not the butt plug.
Hey, come back.
Oh no, look, it's on my seat now. Oh no. Oh, puppy.
Oh. My menace.
Oh my goodness.
Focus in on the menaces. I'm going to rotate it back. I moved too fast for it. Whee!
Oh, hide the ceiling. I'm gonna have to crop out the bad
I'm going, I'm
ceiling.
going. I know, I'm sorry. I'm going. Oh, there we go. We're
Whoa,
back.
there we
We're
go.
back. Um, Anyways, she said to me recently, she said to me, she goes, well, you're using your words, which is a big deal. She goes, a year ago, you were like, no, they just want me to do what I want. And these two are in a full blown fight because Vinny was munching on the carpet in the studio and Axel was not okay with it. So, and now they're going to go take a break because now they're tired.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. But I mean, mental health is like one of those things, like you think about it. I think about people that don't go and talk to somebody and they have so much fucked up shit going on. And then like you're talking to them and listening to them dump their shit into like your shit box. And you just sit there and go, you should probably consider talking to somebody.
Get
And
your own
it's
shit box.
friends and you can have people to talk to, but your friends are always going to have a biased opinion or they're going to give you their opinion when you don't necessarily want it.
I don't want
You
anybody
know,
else's opinion. I don't. Yeah,
no,
my husband's opinion, and that's it. Everybody else,
yeah.
don't care.
I mean, I do have two good friends that I call and I'm like,
Hmm.
listen, I need to get this off my chest. And I don't know if I actually want to hear what you have to say, but you can tell me after if I'm being a cunt. But for right now, it's all about me. And they're like, okay, go. And they're never at a pot. Like when I tell them whatever it is, they're like, out of pocket shit. And I'm like, I know, but can you imagine? And they're like, am I allowed to respond now? I'm like, yes.
Can I have an opinion?
Am I allowed to respond? Like you said no.
Oh, that's funny.
Recently, I'll say to my husband, I just need to tell you this, but I don't want to know what your thoughts are right now. I just want to tell you. And he'll be like, okay, should I be concerned? You should always be concerned. But no, you don't have to be concerned at all.
Is
And
he
he's like,
new? Sometimes I wonder if he's new.
oh, I sometimes I wonder. Like mentally, like right now, I'm trying to mentally deal with the fuckery with my boobs because I'm getting my boobs done next week. But
Hmm.
I'm like mentally in my head going, are they going to look okay? Are they going to be fixed? Are they going to do that? Like I've been back to the doctor. I've asked my doctor, how's it going to look? What's it going to look like? What's this? What's that? And I'm like mentally fucking myself up.
Hmm.
My friend of mine who I was talking to, she goes, girl, you've already been through this surgery. Number one. Number two, if your doctor thought that you were going to look goofy or anything, he would have told you, just like he told you the truth last time and you chose not to listen. I was like, so I'm just saying, he's saying that you have to do A, B, and C to look A, B, and C, then that's what you need to do. And you've already kind of made that decision. So I don't know why you're freaking out. And I'm like, but what if they don't? She goes, well, if they don't, then we'll call you fucking Quasi and call it a day. We'll get drunk and talk about your dilapidated tits. I'm like, oh,
We'll come up with new nicknames.
yeah. Flap and Jack no more. New names, anyways, because before they were Dottie, Daisy, and Delilah because they were triple D's, which is really fucked up because then people will be like, "You have three boobs?" No, I have three D's.
3Ds. What are you doing
And then
this
like
time?
20. I'm going with my natural size. I'm putting in the gum. They're called gummy bears, but they're not silicone and they're not. Well, they are actually silicone, but they're a high density silicone.
Uh huh.
So, um, so basically, if you he actually showed me a sample of it. So when you cut it in half or rip
Hmm.
it doesn't leak out.
Oh, cool.
So if anything happens to it, it doesn't. It's like a gummy bear,
Hmm.
and the material is like almost like a natural-ish material. So if something did happen, your body can naturally disperse of it and not cause you any harm. And they've been around now for 8 years or so. And he says, I don't even really put in silicone anymore. I just go to these. He said, and they're called a gummy bear because you could literally slice it in half and it'll keep its shape. It will never deform. And then he showed me the two samples with like my old implant, which was silicone, and then he showed me the sample of the new one. And 8 years ago, they cut one, and then they cut the other in the exact same spot. In the silicone one, like the one I had,
Mm-hmm.
you can literally ooze it out, like the gummy out. Like it's off. It's disgusting.
That's good. Well, because I mean, I've
And
held
the
your
other
tits
one,
like it's liquid in there.
yeah, yeah, but it's like not because it's
Mm.
supposed to be silicone hardened. So now I'm gonna do the gummies. I'm gonna go to five. They're either gonna be, I think we said 550, 560. Goes up in denominations actually of, so I think I'm getting 560. Yeah, it goes up in a denomination of by 20s or like 20s, like each one up where you go up is like another is like 2 cc's or a double C 20 cc's. So I'm doing 560s. That is my natural. It has to fit in your frame.
Mm-hmm.
And when he measures out my frame, a 550 is what fits to make it look proportioned properly. And I said, well, maybe I'm going to go smaller. He goes, you cannot go smaller. If you go smaller, you are going to look stupid. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, terrific. I mean, what did he say? He said,
At least
oh,
he's honest.
you're not going to look proportioned properly. And I said, I don't understand. And my husband said, they're going to look dumb, stupid. I went, okay.
That's
So,
great.
and I don't know. And then of course, now I'm really psyching myself the fuck out because June 19th is my dad's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. And you know I'm into all that hippy dippy fucking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh. But then my girlfriend was talking to her about it. I said, I think I'm going to switch my date. And she's like, don't switch your date. And I was like, I think I'm going to switch my date. And she's like, don't switch your date. She goes, listen, maybe this is the gift because he hurt you so much that this is your gift of take it as a good thing is happening on this day and not a bad thing. Bad thing came out of it. Good thing is happening.
That's what I was
And I
gonna
was like,
say.
okay.
Take it as a, you know what, I can reclaim this day. It doesn't have to be his birthday anymore. It can be your tit's birthday.
Here's my booby. That's a good idea. I have a birthday party for my tits.
Duh, make a
Oh,
titty cake? Like, this is something we can.
awesome.
I know. I'm fucking brilliant. I don't know what to tell you.
That's genius. That's genius.
There you go. Problem solved. I'm
Okay.
glad you didn't change the date because that wouldn't have served you. That wouldn't have been good for you. That would have just like cemented it, you know? I feel like that
I
stupid
mean,
dog. She's always barking.
I can't hear her, so.
Yeah. All I hear it's my window is on the same side as his house, so it's she barks and it when she barks at 2:30 in the morning, I want to kill her. I love her. I love that
Oh.
dog. But at 2:30 in the morning when we're barking and we shouldn't even be outside at 2:30 in the morning,
Mm, no.
and the people across the
No.
street have like a 4-week old, I'm like, "Really? You're going to let it bark when they have a newborn across the street?" Like, no, no, no.
Awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
Awful. Well, I can tell you that when my neighbor next behind us, I don't know, it's fucking weird. It's either behind us, next to us, whatever it is.
Mm.
Um, don't touch that.
Don't touch the boat.
Okay. Don't. Hey, I've seen a boat. That's like his mental stability right now. He's like, it's Axel, so he's like,
I could have
now
guessed.
he's looking off into space.
Oh.
He's looking off into space right now, like, are we going on the water? I didn't know we was going on the boat. Look at him. He's so excited. I love you. I've seen a
Oh
boat.
my god.
You're the problem.
Oh my god. Chaos. Hey, we're living up to our name today.
We are fucking. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Get off. The last time I ever leave. I love him though. He's so cute. His little, when he wags his tail, his whole butt moves. Axel, break, break.
Love
Go sit
that.
down in the chair. Oh, chair, chair. We're gonna let you be part of the crew. Just go in the chair. Oh my god.
Just get on the chair. Go
He-
sit in my
Stay.
chair. So
He
silly.
can't. He can't even function right now.
Oh my
He
goodness, this
can't.
baby
Look at
is
this.
so tired. Who wouldn't nap? She's now throwing herself on the couch and pretending to sleep, and yet wouldn't take a nap.
I think it's girls because girls never want to miss anything, and boys are like, nah, whatever.
She has the
And
worst case of
girls are like,
FOMO. It's so bad.
for real, like
It's so bad.
awful.
Last night, Douglas was
Ella
picking
got
up
to a
dog
point in her
poop.
life and she wouldn't.
No, no. She literally, like, last night, Douglas was picking up dog poop, and she was, I have to help Dad. And I'm like, dude, he's almost done. Nope, I have to help him. And I'm like, fine, put your boots on, go outside. I was like, ridiculous child. Maybe she'll take a nap on me, though, when I go downstairs.
You know what the good news is? At least she wants to help. My kids are like, what is Dad doing? I'm like, oh, we're going outside to pick up the dog poop. Good luck with that.
Gone. Yeah. Yeah. Dust
Gone.
cloud behind them, gone.
They look like a little cartoon character.
Yup.
Like, what happened here? Yeah.
So funny.
Awful.
Let me look at my list.
What else you got?
All right, so I was gonna say, who is your biggest support system? But I would say your husband would most definitely be that because he, got you into getting to therapy from the start.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even though Douglas is not does not want therapy for himself, he is still supportive of me going to therapy, which is, I feel like I've known people who have wanted to go to therapy and their partners aren't supportive, so then they don't do it, and that's like the absolute time that you should be doing
That's
it.
the worst.
Yeah, like,
And that's the worst too, because if you need the support for it to be successful.
mm-hmm.
And it's nice. Like my husband, like, he sees someone too, and he said it's the best hour of his entire week. He said because I can say whatever I want, and I can say whatever I want about you. He goes, because you drive me batshit crazy, but I love the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't vent to one of my friends because they'll be like, well, you need to put her in check, and you need to do this. He goes, I don't ever want to put you in check.
Mm-hmm.
You are who you are, and I love everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do need to vent about you're crazy. Yep. Like when I told him, hey, by the way, you're going to get a puppy. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I already stop it.
Puppy.
Stop it, Axel. Stop it, Axel. Axel, no. Chair. No.
You did this to yourself. You did this
I
to
did
yourself.
do this to myself because I went and picked him up. But no, it's involuntary. So he's like, well, okay. And people are like, why did you let her do that? He goes, I kind of wanted the dog.
Right?
Like,
Right? I complained that I
that's-
didn't want to get a third dog, and you know what? I wanted the dog. Like, it's fine. I wasn't that mad when we got a third dog.
no, why would you be?
Right? So funny.
Which is great because they're not. I mean, my AirPod croaked on me.
I was like, where did you go for a half a second? Well, that would be why. All right,
Yeah,
so
and-
we're at 50 minutes. I think because we're doing an odd episode, we can be a little short today. But let me just see if I have anything else that I want to ask you.
He can't catch his butt. He's literally going around in a circle trying to catch his butt. This is why he's the special one.
He's a baby.
You're so special. You the baby.
I honestly,
You're a baby.
I wish we had a link for BetterHelp because, like, literally, like, I mean, they're like the podcast, like, advertisers. I wish we were at the level that we could be like BetterHelp, but like, literally though, like, I love BetterHelp. Like, it's been really great for me. It's been very helpful. So, I'm glad. And there's this cool thing. She can send me like worksheets and stuff, and like those have been very cool. She sent me one about how to like handle other people's. I'm not great at handling other people's emotions. Something I'm working on.
Who wants to do that?
Exactly.
Ugh.
Well, there's this theory called the spoon theory of like, I only have so many spoons today, and I don't have spoons for anybody else's emotions. And like, but I want to
I
have
like that.
spoons, right? I want to have spoons for at least my husband's emotions, And so I'm working on that. So, and I feel like I grew up with two very emotionally supportive parents, and which made me feel like, well, I don't have to worry about anybody else's emotions because it's only my emotions that matter. So that's something that I'm learning that is not actually true. It's not all about me. It's
This
funny.
is true, which is funny because I grew up complete opposite. I grew up with you didn't really my parents screamed and yelled at each other, and that's how
Mm,
they dealt with their stuff. And my mom
mm,
just lived in fear, so it was like
yeah.
that's how I thought it was. Like so, that's why I go to fight mode because you got to build that shell around you to protect yourself. But
Mm,
realistically, if you have to build a shell, you probably shouldn't be in that environment. You should probably
no.
fucking move away. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
not a thing. And recently, actually, I had this conversation with my children. I said, "Listen, that's too much drama." And they went, "What? No, it's not drama." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. When you let it go and you don't feed into it and you just walk away, you watch all of your mental health and your mental knowledge and everything. It's like a cloud in your brain that just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people know that you don't give a flying fuck or you kill it with positivity, you watch how their mindset changes a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. I said it's easier to find hatred and anger and have ourselves mentally just go into that state because it's survival mode. We're humans. That's what we naturally do. I said, but if you can find positivity, then it's totally different. It's hard. It's hard. Like William and I actually were working on that because, like his therapist did therapy a long time ago, actually, and he shared this thought with us. And he said, what I found, I thought it was my kids. I thought they're the problem. This house, our house is the problem. Blah, blah. He goes, and what I found was the therapist that he had brought into the house. Now, mind you, it's a therapist with a therapist. So, they're psychoanalyzing each other. And he said that he set up a camera in and recorded them eating dinner together as a family because what is your dynamic? And
Mm-hmm.
actually, if you sit down at a table with a family, you can really figure out their dynamic. And I didn't think about that until it was like laid out for me. And then he said, what I found after I replayed the video was, he goes, it wasn't my kids. He goes, I was so shocked. I was so embarrassed by it. I was the one. I was the problem. He goes, my son got a B. He says, and he was so excited to share it. And instead of me saying, good job, and following it with a positive, I immediately went into a negative and started attacking him, but not meaning that I was attacking him, but saying things to him like, well, next time we should do this to make it better, and you need to make it better because you could do more. But and the look on my son's face was like, but I did do my best and I did try. And how come you didn't like recognize that? Which, for my husband, he's old school, he's older than me. And we both grew up in the same era where nobody gives a flying fuck. Just get your fucking shit done and don't bother us and come home when the fucking lights go on, the street light
Mm.
comes on.
Eat your
Other than
dinner and
that,
shut up.
piss off.
Yeah.
Yeah, piss off. Be seen but not heard. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
So the funny part is that I mean, I actually remember our dinner tables being fun in everything. I mean, there was a lot of screaming and yelling, but I remember them being fun in arguments. But I never remember anybody saying anything really really nasty. I just remember everybody kind of going along with like I got into a fight in school and got suspended. It wasn't I would never got yelled at for it. I just got told like, "Oh, here we go again. She's doing it again." Like it was expected, so they didn't
Mm-hmm.
give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is like so I tried to explain this to my husband and I said, "Listen, so now I just tell him I'm like kill him with positivity." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I know that you're frustrated today, and I know that everything from yesterday is going to roll over to today. I said, but today's a new day, and let's just see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's like, ew, nobody wants to do that. I'm like, well, you're going to do that. You're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I
But
like
it's
that.
hard.
It is
It's
hard.
hard.
It's hard to say, okay, yesterday was yesterday, today is today. That's, not an easy thing to do. But I think it's pretty solid advice, especially if yesterday was shit. Well, don't make today shit too, you know?
Today's another day.
Exactly. Exactly.
Leave that shit in yesterday.
Go put it in the shit box.
Yeah, dump that shit in the shit box. You can scoop that bitch up later as you walk by, or leave
Exactly.
it there.
Leave it there. I'm leaving it there. All right, I'm gonna say my thing. Are you good? Anything else?
I'm good.
All
All
right.
right.
This has been Hot Rod Mess. I'm Candice.
And I'm Angie.
And you can find us everywhere, hotrodmess.com. You can send us an email, hotrodmess@gmail.com. We're on all the social medias. Go watch Angie's TikToks. Maybe one day I'll be back on TikTok again, you never know.
You're going to
But
be back. You're going to
I'm
be back.
gonna be back.
We're bringing you back. You're coming back.
Coming back. All right, so that's all we have this week. And say your thing, lady.
That's it. Peace out.
Perfect.